Hello, good evening everyone. Am I audible to you all? Yes, please let me know in the chat box. Good evening everyone. Hi. So, from the last lecture, we have started the new chapter, which is nothing but probability. It is the easiest one and little clear. So, in the last lecture, we have seen few examples, typically which may be asked in your exams. Okay. So now we'll just go through the sum which are based on and something like this. But we know that if we have to solve questions from probability, the first thing is that you should know what is the value of n of sample space. What is the total possible outcomes? And after that, we just go through the favorable outcomes. Okay. So here we have the question 12 defective pens are accidentally mixed with 132 good ones. If it is not possible to just look at the pen and tell whether or not it is defective, one pen is taken out at random from this lot, then determine the probability that a pen taken out is a good one. So, do you have the value of total number one? Total pens is equal to 132. We know that 12 pens are defective and it means that total minus defective will give you answer of the good pens, right? See, as number of defective pens is equal to 12 and number of good pens is 132. Therefore, total number of pens is 12 plus 132 which is nothing but 144. So probability अगर आपको find out करनी है then total outcome आपको पता होना चाहिए n of s का value 144 रहेगा. Let A be the event that the pen drawn out is a good pen. Correct. So we know that there are total 132 good pens and total number of pens is nothing but 144. Hence, you will get that number of outcomes favorable to this event is nothing but 132. Therefore, probability of A equals to number of outcomes favorable to A divided by number of all possible outcomes, which is nothing but 132 upon 144. Okay. So after simplifying this, you will get the probability of event is equal to 11 upon 12. Getting this one? Okay. Now we'll just go through the another question. As I had told you that difficulty levels of questions based on probability is very low. But the case is that we should understand that pattern. You just have to go through the working rule that how can we solve this types of question. See now, a lot consists of 144 ball pens, of which 20 are defective and the others are good. Nuri will buy a pen if it is good, but will not buy if it is a defective. Right? हम सभी ऐसे करते हैं. We are just trying. The shopkeeper draws one pen at random and gives it to her. Then what is the probability that she will buy it or she will not buy it? Okay. Obviously, she will buy only if it will be in a good condition. You have total number of pens, you have the defective ones, right? So you can easily check that how many good pens will be there. As a lot consists of 144 pens, it means that total number of possible outcome will be 144. Out of them, 20 are defective. Therefore, number of good pens is nothing but all pens minus defective one. So it will give you answer as a 124. Now, we have to find the probability that she will buy it or she will not buy it. So, for that, we will consider the event as let A be the event that Nuri will buy a pen. So, Nuri will buy the pen if it is a good one, right? Therefore, favorable outcomes for this event equals to favorable outcomes for this event equals to 124. Hence, probability of this event equals to 124 upon 144. There should be A instead of B. Probability of A equals to 124 upon 144. Hence, you get that probability required probability equals to 31 upon 36. Okay, done. So the next part is that we have to probability she will not buy it. So we know that these two events are nothing but the complementary event. So let B be the event that Nuri will not buy a pen, but she will not buy it. It is a defective one. So we know that there are total 20 defective bets. Hence, number of outcomes favorable to B will be 20. Therefore, probability is given as 20 upon 144. After simplifying this, you will get the probability of B, the required probability equals to 5 upon 36. Done? Getting this one? Okay. Now, it is just another type of question. Some based on geometric figures, theory question based on arguments. Okay. See, something like this. Suppose you drop a die at random on the rectangular region shown in the figure. Then, what is the probability that it will land inside the circle with diameter 1? So, obviously, you are getting that we have one rectangle of 2 by 3 meter. There is one of the circle having diameter as a 1 meter. So if you have to find the probability, then probability is nothing but total number of outcomes. But total number of outcomes is 6. Now consider that that which talking it might either inside the circle or outside the circle, right? See something like this. This one or this one. Whether it will lie inside the circle or outside the circle or edges and many more cases. Hence, we just have to check that what is the total region here. But we know that region is nothing but total area of the rectangle is given as length into breadth, that is L into B. So in this case, it will be 6 meters square. Now, total area will be 6 meters square. And for a circle, how can we find out area for this? Is nothing but meter. So radius will be half meter. Hence, area of circle will be pi r square, which is nothing but pi upon 4 meters square. So, favorable area equals to pi upon 4 square meter, and total area is nothing but 6 meters square. So, our final answer will be something like this. This will be our final answer. Getting this one? Okay. Should we move on for the next question? Here we have the next question, something like this. This question is based on arguments. Okay. Which of the following arguments are correct and which are not correct? Give reasons for your answer. You might sometimes question your exam. Okay. So if two questions are tossed simultaneously, there are three possible outcomes: two heads or two tails or one of each. Therefore, for each of this outcome, the probability is 1 upon 3. It is nothing but a given. So, how can we do it? We know that the event is nothing but the random experiment is nothing but two points are tossed simultaneously. Therefore, all possible outcomes will be HH, HP, TH and TT. Right? We know that if two points are tossed simultaneously, then all possible outcomes will be like this. There. Number of all possible outcomes equals to 4 here, as number of all possible outcomes is equal to 4. Now the case is that what is the probability that there will be two heads? It means that probability of finding two heads is nothing but favorable outcome आपको मिलेगा h, h. Hence, number of favorable outcome will be 1 only. So 1 upon 4. Similarly, probability of TT is nothing but probability of getting 2 tails, which will be again 1 comma 4. And probability of HT or TH, that is 1 head and 1 tail each. Right? So, its probability is nothing but number of favorable outcomes will be 2 here. So, 2 upon 4, that is the answer will be 1. So obviously, just looking at this, you will get that the given argument is the incorrect one. They might ask you such types of question. Okay. So for that, what we have to do first of all, just recognize which random experiment they are talking about. And once you will get that, obviously can solve. You can write all the possible outcomes. See, if a die is thrown, there are two possible outcomes, an odd number or an even number. Therefore, the probability of getting an odd number is 1 half. So, this is our given argument. But we know that if a die is thrown, then all possible outcomes will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So number of possible outcomes will be 6 here. Now they are talking about probability of getting odd number. So probability of getting odd number is nothing but total number of favorable outcomes divided by total outcomes. Right? So there are total 3 odd outcomes. Therefore, number of favorable outcomes will be 3 here. Hence the answer will be 3 upon 6, which is nothing but 1. That is probability of odd number will be 1 half. Now, probability of even number. Probability of even number is nothing but number of favorable outcomes for this. So it will be something 2, 4, 6. So again there are 3 outcomes. So its answer will be 3 upon 6, which is nothing but 1 half. Hence, the second argument is the correct. Are you getting this one? Yes. Okay. Now, the next one. The next question is given as Gopi buys a fish from a shop for his aquarium. The shopkeeper takes out one fish at random from a tank containing 5 male fish and 8 female fish. What is the probability that the fish taken out is a male fish? Again, you have the answer for total the outcomes, the total number of nothing but you will get that 5 plus 8, which is nothing but 13. See, number of all possible outcomes of this experiment is nothing but total number of fish is equals to 5 plus 8, which is nothing but 13. So, probability that the fish taken out is a male fish. So, we can consider that let E be the event that a male fish is picked up. So, for that, what will be the value of number of favorable outcomes? Number of favorable outcome is nothing but 5 because there are only 5 male fish. Hence, number of outcomes favorable to this event is 5 and total number of possible outcomes is 30. Hence, probability is given as 5 upon 30. That's it. Okay. It is a very basic one, easiest type question, but it will give you easily 3 or 4 marks in your exam. A game consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin 3 times and nothing its outcome each time. And it wins if all the tosses give the same result, that is 3 heads or 3 tails, and loses otherwise. Then calculate the probability that Hanif will lose the game. Now, we know that a coin is tossed for 3 times and 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. उन दोनों के लिए आपको number of outcomes वैसे भी same मिलते हैं, right? At tossing of a 1 rupee coin 3 times, so you know that its possible outcomes are given something like this. In the last lecture, we have seen that already. That how can you write this one? For the first one, consider H H H H. HP. For the second case, you just have to write 2 times H, 2 times T, 2 times H, 2 times T. And for the third one, just go for HP, T. Right? So, possible outcomes are something like this. So, total number of possible outcomes will be 8 here. Now, we have to find that Hanif will lose the game. When can I say that Hanif will lose the game? If there will not be the same result for each and every coin. If you will get 3 heads or 3 tails, then Hanif will win the game. Okay, getting this? So there are two cases. Either you can just check that in how many ways, in how many chances Hanif can win the game, and just consider its complementary weight so that you will get your final answer. Or we can say that let A be the event, the honey will lose the game. It means that whatever are the outcomes, 3 times H and 3 times T should not be there. So as a favorable outcome, we consider the remaining 6. The HHH and TTT will not count here. So the remaining one, that is the remaining 6 terms, we have to consider as a favorable outcome for this event A. Okay. Therefore, favorable outcomes for event A are these 6 events. Therefore, number of outcomes favorable to A will be 6. Hence, probability of A is nothing but number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So it will be 6 upon A, that is 3 upon 2. This will be your required answer. Getting this one? And as I had told you earlier, you can solve the same type of question using, we have to consider that we have to find out the probability that honey will lose the layer. If you getting this one, then you can just go for the probability when honey will win the game. So if there will be HHF and PPA, that is, there will be only two possible favorable outcomes for that, where honey will win the game. Okay? So for that, probability will be 2 upon it, which is nothing but 4. So if you have to find the required probability, just consider its complement. Getting this one? If you have any doubt, then you can ask anytime in the chat box. But are you getting these questions? Okay. So the next one. Why is tossing a coin considered to be fair way of deciding which game should the ball at the beginning of a football game? You know that for each and every matches जो भी कुछ सिंग कंसिडर करते हो वो हमेशा पॉइंट क्यों रहता है बिकॉज वी जस्ट हैव टू गो थ्रू इट फेयर वे है बिकॉज जो भी कुछ आपको आउटकम्स वहां से मिलने वाले हैं वो फेयर रहेंगे इधर टेल और एच ये आपको मिलने वाला सी when we toss a coin, the outcomes head and tail are equally likely, either H or tail. So, what is the probability of the individual one? The result of an individual coin toss is completely unpredictable. It might be head or tail. That's what that goes with. Now, it is the important one. Just check it. See, 5 cards, the 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace of Diamonds, are well shuffled with their faces downwards. One card is then picked up at the random. Then what is the probability that the card is the Queen? So whatever might be type of question, but if you are considering that probability, if you are finding out what is the chance of the required event, first of all you just have to check what is the total number of outcomes. All possible outcome के लिए final number आपको find out करना है. Then we'll go for that event and after that favorable. See, as here we have 5 cards, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace of Diamond and something like this. There will be total 5 cards. So total number of possible outcomes will be 5 here. Total number of possible outcomes will be 5. Now the probability that the card is the queen. That is, let A be the event that card picked up is a queen. So how many outcomes are there? we have these five cards, but we are considering this one, so there will be only one possible outcome here, right? So number of outcomes favorable to A, favorable to this event will be one. So now you have total number of outcomes. You have number of outcomes which are favorable to our event. So just go through it. 1 upon 5 will be the answer. Okay, it is the easy one. Second, if the queen is drawn and put aside, what is the probability that the second card picked up is an ace or a queen? Fine. So we'll just go through it. If a queen is drawn and put outside, it means that we have total five cards and one of is the queen one. So we are just that card and kept it aside. It means that how many cards will be there? There will be only four cards, 10, jack, king and ace of a diamond. So number of possible outcomes will be 4 only. Here number of possible outcomes will be 4. We have to find what is the probability that second card picked up is an S. So let A be an event that the card picked is an S. So there are total 4 cards and only one of it's favorable to this event. Therefore, number of favorable outcome will be 1. Hence, probability of P is given as 1 upon total number, which is nothing but 10. Okay. Now consider this one. The last question. Let's see with the event that the card picked is a queen. Let's see with the event that the card picked is a queen. Okay. So we have only these four cards, which is nothing but 10, jack, king, and ace of diamond. So obviously we can see that there is a knee queen card. It means that if you will go for the favorable outcomes, there will be zero outcomes. Hence, number of favorable outcome will be zero here. As number of favorable outcome is zero, therefore its probability will be zero upon 4, which is nothing but zero. Getting this one? Here you have answer. Okay. Should we go for the next question? Yes. Again, we are just going through few questions based on this well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. One card is drawn from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. Then find the probability of getting a king of red color, a face card. So we'll just do it one by one. Again, a red face card and jack of hearts, a spade, the queen of diamond. So question is something like this. If you will just go through one this question, then you can easily solve each and every type of questions based on that well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. See, we know that as we are considering a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards, it means that number of favorable outcomes or number of all possible outcomes is 52. So we'll just go through the first one that find the probability of getting a king of red color. Let A be the event of getting a king of red color. Let A be the event of getting a king of red color. Okay. So we know that out of these 52 cards, there are only two red colored king cards, right? Basically, there will be only four king cards, but we are talking about red colored ones. So obviously, its answer will be two. There are two kings of red color, hence number of favorable outcome will be 2. Hence its probability is given as number of favorable outcomes upon number of possible outcomes. So it will be 2 upon 52. After simplifying this, you will get 6 answer as a 1 up for 26. Then can we go for the second one? Face card is nothing but we are just considering the jack, queen and king. Let B be the event of getting a face card. Now, out of these 52 cards, there will be 3 face cards for each group, right? Hence, the total number of face cards will be 12 here. The total number of face cards will be 3 4, which is nothing but 12. There are 3 face cards in each of those 4 types. Therefore, number of favorable outcomes will be 12. Then the probability is nothing but number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So it will be 12 upon 52. After simplifying this, you will get this answer as a 3 upon 30. 3 upon 30. Okay. Again, the next one is we have to find the probability of getting a red face card. So just now we have seen what will be the probability of getting face card. Now to be precise, we are considering a red face card. Let's see with the event of getting a red face card. We know that out of these 52 cards, there will be only 6 red face cards. The total number of face cards will be 12. Out of them, half will be of black color brown, half will be of red color brown, right? So there are 3 face cards in each of these 2 red cards. Therefore, total favorable outcomes will be 6 here. Probability of event is nothing but 6 upon 52. That is 3 upon 26. Probability will be 3 upon 26. Okay. Now the next one. The Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts. There will be total 4 Jack cards, but we are considering, thank you Anjali, but we are considering the only one, right? So we are considering getting the Jack of Hearts. There is only one Jack of Hearts. Therefore, number of favorable outcomes is 1 and total possible outcomes is 52. Hence, its answer will be 1 upon 52 because probability is nothing but number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Getting this one? As we have done for the Jack of Hearts, clearly you can do for the probability of Queen of Diamonds. Now, next one is a spade. So out of these 52 cards, there are 4 types, right? One will be for diamond, one will be for heart, one will be for spade, one will be for club card. So there will be 4 parts of this 52. Let E be the event of getting a spade card. So out of these 52 cards, only 13 cards will be of spade. Only 13 cards will be of spade here. Right? Hence, there are total 13 cards of spade. Therefore, number of favorable outcome will be 13. As number of favorable outcome is 13, therefore, probability of this event is nothing but number of outcomes favorable to this upon total number of cards. That is 13 ones are, 13 fours are. So you will get the required answer as a 1 upon 4. Now, the last question of this type, the Queen of Diamond. We know that there will be only Queen of Diamond, right? There will be only one Queen of Diamond. Hence, there is only one diamond. Therefore, number of outcomes favorable to it is nothing but 1. As favorable outcomes is equal to 1, therefore probability is nothing but 1 upon 52. 1 upon 52. This will be the answer. As I told you, if you will just go through the whole question properly, you can solve every type of question based on this well shuffled deck and you are considering 2 cards or 1 card, something like this. Okay. Now, last type of question based on this probability is nothing but sum based on leap year or non-leap year. Okay. What is the probability that an ordinary year has 53 Sundays? See, we are considering the probability. Probability is nothing but favorable outcome, number of favorable outcome divided by number of total outcomes. But we are talking about for ordinary year that there will be 53 Sundays. You know that for every non-leap year or ordinary year, there will be 365 days. There will be 365 days. Correct? It means that if you will just divide it by 7, you will get that it. Okay. See, for ordinary year, there will be 365 days. If you will just divide it by 7, you will get Got the answer? Let's find the number of weeks in 365 days. So you just have to divide 365 by 7 so that you will get the number of weeks in the ordinary year. So it will give you answer as 52 and the remainder will be 1. As quotient is 52, it means that we can say that there will be total 52 complete weeks and remainder is 1. It means that there will be only additional 1. So as we are talking about 53 Sundays, it means that जो भी कुछ ये आपको रिमाइंडर मिल रहा था, जो भी कुछ आपको ये एडिशनल डे मिल रहा है, that day of that should be Sunday. Getting this one? ये जो आपको रिमाइंडर मिल रहा है वहां पे अगर आपको संडे मिल जाता है then you will get that there will be 53 Sundays because we know that for ordinary year there are 52 complete weeks and one extra day. So ये जो 53 संडे आपको मिलने वाला है वो सिर्फ आपको यहाँ से कंसिडर करना है. Okay, as we know that ordinary year has 365 days where 52 complete weeks and one extra day. तो जो भी कुछ आपको फाइंड आउट करना है सिर्फ इसके लिए करना. We know that as every week has one Sunday, मतलब 52 Sundays तो आपको वैसे भी मिलने वाले. बट अगर आपको 53 Sundays फाइंड आउट करने, then ये जो एक्स्ट्रा डे आपको मिल रहा था, it should be Sunday. It should be Sunday. Okay, extra day may give us an extra Sunday, then only you will your final answer. Therefore, the possible outcomes for one extra day are कोई भी हो सकता है मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे थर्सडे फ्राइडे सैटरडे इसमें से कोई भी हो सकता है. इट मींस दैट नंबर ऑफ पॉसिबल आउटकम्स विल बी 7 हियर. But we have to consider that there should be 53 Sundays. Hence, we'll check. Let A be the event that the extra day is Sunday. Let A be the event that extra day is Sunday. So, अगर आपको वो संडे चाहिए मतलब फेवरेबल आउटकम आपको संडे मिलेगा. अगर फेवरेबल आउटकम संडे रहता है तो नंबर ऑफ फेवरेबल आउटकम विल बी ओनली वन. Hence, you will easily get that the probability of event A will be number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes, which will be 1 upon 7. The probability that ordinary year selected at random will have 53 Sundays will be 1 upon 7. Getting this one? समझ में आ रहा है कि देखो ये जो हम ऑर्डिनरी ईयर के बारे में कंसीडर कर रहे थे 53 संडेज के अलावा अगर आपको 53 मंडे बोल जाएंगे 53 ट्यूसडे 53 थर्सडे ये जो 53rd आपको जो नंबर मिलने वाला है it will be based on that extra day only. तो उस एक्स्ट्रा डे पे क्या होगा ये आपको चेक करना है. अगर ये क्वेश्चन क्लियर हो रहा है तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा ट्विस्टेड है बट सेम टाइप का है. ओके, now what is the probability that a leap year has 53 Sundays? What is the probability that a leap year has 53 Sundays? What we have done in the last question that जो भी कुछ आपका या 53rd वाला डे रहेगा बिकॉज वैसे भी 52 कंप्लीट वीक आपको मिलने ही वाले हैं सो ईच एंड एवरी वीक का संडे तो आपको मिलेगा. जो ये एक्स्ट्रा संडे रहेगा एक्स्ट्रा संडे इज बेस्ड ऑन दैट एक्स्ट्रा डे राइट. We know that there are 366 days in a leap year. So if you have to find how many total weeks are there and there will be there extra days, we'll just divide the 366 by 7. So 7 5s are 35. Then 7 2s are 14 and remainder will be 2 here. आपको जो भी कुछ इंटरेस्ट है आपको जो आंसर देने वाला है ये 2 देने वाला है ना कि ये 52 राइट. सो in those 366 days 52 complete weeks and 2 extra days so every week has one Sunday मतलब 52 संडे तो आपको मिलेंगे ही मिलेंगे. जो भी कुछ आपका ये 53rd संडे रहेगा it will be based on these 2 extra days. It will be based on these 2 extra days right. So उस 2 extra day में कौन कौन से रह सकते हैं ये आपको अज्यूम करना. जब सिंगल डे था तब आप संडे मंडे ट्यूसडे से कंसीडर कर रहे थे. But now we are talking about 2 extra days. So obviously 2 extra days will be 2 consecutive days. मतलब या तो संडे मंडे मंडे ट्यूसडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे ऐसे आपको कंसीडर करना है. इन शॉर्ट अगर आपको बोला जाएगा तो सपोज आप कोई भी लीप ईयर अगर कंसीडर करते हो 53rd संडे आपको कब मिलेगा जो लास्ट 2 डेज आपके रहते हैं, मतलब 30 दिसंबर एंड 31 दिसंबर पे अगर संडे रहता है तभी आप बोल सकते हैं, करेक्ट, गेटिंग दिस. So all possible outcomes will be, because obviously अगर 30 दिसंबर को संडे रहता है then 31 पे मंडे ही रहेगा ना, थोड़ी आपका कैलेंडर ऐसे उल्टा पुल्टा जाने वाला है, राइट. So the all possible outcomes will be Sunday, Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, and Saturday, Sunday. So how many possible outcomes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hence, total number of possible outcomes will be 7. But we are talking about 53rd Sunday मिलना चाहिए, right? Let A be the event of getting 53 Sundays in remaining 2 days. So for that remaining 2 days, आपको कितने टाइम के लिए संडे मिल रहा है? देखो, या तो संडे मंडे रहेगा या फिर सैटरडे संडे रहेगा. मतलब या तो 30 दिसंबर की संडे रहेगा या फिर 31 दिसंबर की संडे रहेगा. The outcomes favorable to A is Sunday, Monday, and Saturday, Sunday. Hence, number of favorable outcomes for this event will be 2. Number of favorable outcomes will be 2. Therefore, probability is nothing but number of outcomes favorable to the given event divided by total number of outcomes. So, the answer will be 2 upon 7. The probability that a leap year selected at random will have 53 Sundays in 2 is 2 upon 7. Okay. Now, last question of this chapter. From the next chapter, we are starting with surface area, volume, and inputs. Okay. See, three horses A, B, and C are in a race. A is twice as like to win as B, and B is twice as like to win as C. Then, what are their probabilities of win? आपको क्या पता है? अगर टोटल उस रेस में 3 हॉर्सेस है देन डेफिनेटली उसमें से कोई एक जीतने वाला है, राइट. लेट द प्रोबेबिलिटीज ऑफ हॉर्सेस विल बी A. So for A, B, C will be probability of A, probability of B, probability of C. But the given case is that probability of winning A is twice as B. Hence we can write probability of A is equal to 2 times probability of B. Similarly, hello. Similarly, probability of B is twice as the probability of C. But we know that there are only 3 choices. या तो A जीतेगा, या तो B जीतेगा, या फिर C जीतेगा. इसके अलावा और कुछ भी आपको नहीं मिलने वाला है. ये समझ में आ रहा है? ये क्लियर हो रहा है? So substituting 2 in 1 आपको क्या मिलता है? चेक करो. Probability of A is 2 times probability of B. But instead of probability of B, we can write 2 times probability C. That is probability of A is 4 times of probability of C. Since we don't anything, probability of horse A winning the race or B, so on. We only know probabilities of this. So assuming only one of them is going to win, assuming only one of them is going to win, what can you say? Either A will win or B or C. Whenever there will be case condition of or, you have to consider addition sign, either this or this. So probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C is equal to 1 because we are considering that only one of them is going to win the race. But we know that probability of A in terms of C is given as 4 times probability of C. Then probability of B in terms of C, probability of B in terms of C is nothing but 2 times P of C, and probability of C will be as it is. So it will give you answer as the 1. So 4 times plus 2 times plus 1 times is nothing but 7 times probability of C is equal to 1. Hence probability of C equals to 1 upon 7. So substituting the value of probability of C in 3 and 2, you will get the respective probabilities of A and B. As probability of C is 1 upon 7, therefore probability of A will be 4 times probability of C, that is 4 by 7, and probability of B will be 2 times probability of C, which is equals to 2 upon 7. This will be the final answer. Done, everyone? We have covered each and every type of question based on probability. Just go through it freely. अगर आपको theoretical क्लियर हो जाता है, कंसेप्ट क्लियर करते हैं, then probability बहुत ही easy चैप्टर है जो यदि आपको 3 और 4 मार्क्स दे. Good evening. Okay. So from the next lecture we are starting new chapter. So stay tuned for it. Bye bye.